Hello everyone, Julia here, hello from Sweden and welcome to a new video. It's been a while since I filmed a video. I had a long break, like a mental health and traveling holiday break. But I'm very excited to be back to filming and to my work and to creating something new. And in this video I want to show you a little review of the journals that I finished so far this year, like a little overview of what I already finished. And I thought that it will be less because especially in like late spring and summer I didn't have much time for journaling, but it turned out that I finished quite a few journals already, as always. And mainly it's travel journals because this year I've been traveling already so much and I still have to catch up on my travel journals. I still didn't journal about some trips in June, July and August. But in this video I want to show you what I already finished, and I have flip-throughs of most of these journals on my YouTube channel already, like detailed flip-throughs. I will leave the links to all the flip-throughs, and like for now I store my finished journals in this wooden box that I got from IKEA, I think, a while ago. And I think I will keep all my finished journals of this year in this box until end of the year, and then we'll sort them and put them on shelves. But at the moment I have all these journals in this wooden box, so I will take them out now and will show you what kind of journals I already finished this year. And there are some journals that I didn't show yet, like the flip-throughs, but I already filmed them, so a bit later this month there will be a few flip-throughs of my finished journals of first half of 2024, those that I didn't show yet. I filmed a few journal flip-throughs in July, but I didn't have time to finish. I didn't have time to edit them, so there will be a few flip-through videos later this month. So I will sort my journals now into different categories to show them together. And as I said, mainly it's travel journals and my daily journals. So it's 11 journals in total that I already finished, and mainly it's travel journals. The biggest category is travel journals. These 5 journals are travel journals. So first I will show you this, and I have flip-throughs of all these journals already on my YouTube channel, so in case if you want to see them in detail, I will leave a link to the videos. So this one is dedicated to my trip to Rome this year, in the beginning of the year in February, and actually it was the first journal that I finished this year. That was the first trip of the year and first journal that I finished, and I finished the whole insert about this trip. And this is like a short trip insert, half size of the regular insert. And yeah, I use this for my travel journals. I mainly use this Travelers Company refills, and yeah, this is a refill for the short trip. I really love how this journal turned out, and I have even a series of videos about this journal, how I made the pages in this journal, so I will link all that stuff in the description. Then this journal is about my trip to Germany in March. That's Berlin and Hamburg. Also a short trip refill. I really like this short trip refills. They are really good for a bit longer trips, like up to a week or maybe a bit more than a week even. But for me it's usually like for 5-7 days, maybe sometimes a bit longer, because I really love to include a lot of different ephemera and different photos. And journal about my trips in detail, like as detailed as possible. So I use a lot of pages for one trip. I can't make just like one spread about one day, only if it was a very uneventful day, which is usually not the case. So usually I have multiple pages for one day. That's why I like this short trip inserts, because usually I can finish an insert about one trip, and I like to have them kind of one insert dedicated to one trip. This one is about my trip to Finland in June. I also made a whole series of videos about this journal, how I made all these pages, and already showed a flip through it. And this was the best trip of the year so far. And I used this limited edition Moomin insert, and this journal is very much Moomin themed. There are a lot of Moomin stickers in here and different Moomin ephemera. And yeah, I really love this journal. This one is very, very cheerful, very colorful, with all these Moomins almost on every page. This trip was mainly to two Metallica concerts in Helsinki, but I spent in Finland 10 days. So in general it was a longer holiday, and I really loved this journal. I think this one probably is my favorite so far from this year, because it's about a very special trip, and I also like how it turned out. Then I also finished one of this, how they call it, one of this accordion fold paper inserts in passport size. This one is about my trip to Munich in the end of May. Also already showed the flip through of this one, and also told you in that video that I didn't really like this size. It was a bit too small for me, but it's really fun. It's a fun journal to flip through with all these different things that I attached to the pages, but I like this kind of inserts more in regular size. This accordion inserts in regular size work better for me. And then I also finished one passport size insert, and this one is about short trips, mainly in Sweden. I think Sweden and Denmark, but mainly Sweden, just short one-day trips in the area where I live mainly, or to some cities around here. So yeah, this one is mainly a Swedish journal, and I finished it in July, in the beginning of July, and already started a new insert also for short trips in Sweden. So these are my 5 finished travel journals so far, and there will be more for sure, and I think much more, because as I said, I was traveling a lot and there are still a few trips planned this year. So I think probably travel journals will be like the biggest journal category this year that I finished, as always, because I think it's my favorite kinds of journals. Then I have 3 daily journals. These are like daily inspiration, daily ephemera journals. I use this when I'm at home. When I'm traveling, I don't use these journals. It's only when I'm at home. And it's basically a collection of different small daily things, like good moments of the day, or just some inspiring quotes, or just some daily ephemera from packaging, like packaging from some stationery orders or happy mail and stuff like that. Basically just different small daily things. I started to do this about 2 years ago, I think, and I still continue to do this, and I really like these journals. For me it's just a way to relax, sit down in the end of the day or sometimes in the morning and just add something to this journal. And I don't always write, sometimes I just add some things and then write later, sometimes just write and fill the pages. But yeah, it's always fun to flip through these daily journals from previous years because they always look very chaotic, but I kind of like that I don't think too much what I add in here and how. I just like to stick some random stuff, and I like that they're so colorful and chaotic, and there are really many cute things in here, many cute stickers, mainly animal stickers and some nature stuff because I really love animals and nature. So yeah, there are also some cinema tickets here, for example. Just basically everything what I collect during the day I put in here if there is anything. If not, then I skip some days if I don't have anything to include, or if I just not in the mood to journal. So I finished 3 this year. This was the latest one, and I think I don't have a flip through of this journal yet on my channel, but I already filmed it, so I will upload it sometime this week or in a few weeks, and will show you this little journal in detail. This one is very similar to this two, but just a smaller format, and I had this one from beginning of May until I think end of June. Yeah, so that's May and June in here, so I will show you this one a bit later. So these are 3 daily journals, and then I have 3 kind of random journals. One music journal. I also already filmed a flip through of this journal where I show this journal in detail. This is a journal where I collect everything related to concerts and festivals that I go. I go to many concerts, many music festivals, and listen to music like all the time. Music is a very important part of my life, so I have all the music related memories in this journal, and I thought that this will be enough for the whole year, but it wasn't enough even until June. I think the last one that I have here is Metallica in Helsinki, 9th of June, and then there were still many other concerts in June, but they are already in another journal. I started a very similar journal, like a second part of this journal, and I also still have to catch up on my music journal because there were so many concerts in June, July and August that I just didn't have time to journal about them. But autumn will be more quiet, and I will finally journal about all the summer concerts. Then this is a fantasy journal, a journal with different fantasy themed collages, and I started this journal I think 2 years ago. So this is not a new journal, I didn't start it this year, I just finished it this year, and I think this year I made only the last few pages in it, like last few collages. I think this was what I made this year, this, and this, and this. Yeah, so this last 5 pages, that's what I did this year. All the rest is from previous years, and yeah, here I have just different random fantasy collages dedicated to my favorite books and some TV series, but mainly it's books, and sometimes it's something with quotes from my favorite books, sometimes just some collages like this. And I also have a flip through of this journal already, so I will leave a link to it if you want to see everything in detail and see what exactly I included in here. And I don't think that I will start another journal like this. It was fun to do this, but I noticed at some point that I do something similar in my book journal. So like if I really liked some book and want to write down many quotes or make a collage, so I rather would do it in my book journal, and I don't want to have a separate journal for it anymore. But it was really fun to have this journal for a while and to make all these collages, and I really like how it turned out. And the last one is the first half of weekly vertical insert that I use as my memory keeping journal. So this one is from January to June, and now I'm already using second part of it. So this is basically just a weekly overview where I write down all the good moments of the day, just like this. Something that I liked, something good about the day, something that I wanted to remember. Sometimes it's just some very simple things like journaling, a good cup of tea, reading in the evening and stuff like that. Sometimes something more interesting if I went to a new cafe or got some new stationery, for example, or happy mail, or if I was traveling. I also decided to do like a short recap of my trip in this journal. So basically here, for example, I was in Germany, in Hamburg and in Berlin this week, and I have like a full journal dedicated to this trip, this one that I showed you in the beginning. But I also just didn't want to skip the weeks in this insert, so I decided to do a short overview anyway and just added some stickers and wrote down some things about that week when I was away as well. But yeah, mostly it's just some small daily things, and I like to decorate it with many cute stickers, as you can see, mainly nature and animals as always. But yeah, really like this format of memory keeping, and I think I do this already for about a year. I started sometime last year, not from the beginning of the year, but sometime last year, and I continue to do it. And I also found the flip through of this insert, so again I will upload it a bit later. There will be some flip throughs in the next few weeks. I just didn't have time to upload them to my channel yet, but I will show you all these journals in detail that I didn't show yet. And I also filmed a video like my mid-year journals review of all the remaining journals, of the journals that I still use. And there are also some new additions to my lineup. I also have a video about my journal setup lineup for this year, and there are a few changes in that since the beginning of the year, so I also did a little overview of that. And I will upload it soon as well, and will show you all the journals that I'm using right now, that I'm still using, and some of the journals that I don't want to use anymore, that I decided to quit because it got too many, too overwhelming. But yeah, these are the journals that I finished this year so far. I like all of them, and I'm very happy with my progress so far. I really love all these journals. I really love to document the important things, the interesting things that happening in my life, like my trips and concerts. And also in the same time, I really love to document the little things, little daily moments as well. I think it's very important also to appreciate all those small daily things. So yeah, I really love all these journals, and I hope this video was interesting for you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next videos. Bye!